What's up, guys? It is John from Side Hustle Experiment. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm a six-figure online arbitrage seller. And in today's video, we are going to talk about 6 things I am doing right now to prepare for Q4, to crush it, to have a record sales month. I started doing some of these things earlier on in the year. I'm going to kind of cover that, and there's some things I'm doing right now. I'm rocking a Seller Amp shirt for my boys Miles and Warner. It's recently just Miles' birthday, so I figured I'd rock a shirt and do a video. If you want to do online arbitrage, Seller Amp is a great tool. I'm not doing a commercial for them. I just use it all the time. There's a free trial down below if you want to try that out. So go do that. You get 14-day free trial. With that being said, let's just get into the video. So, the 6 things I am doing to be prepared for Q4. Q4 is one of the best times to be selling on Amazon or really any platform. The volume goes way up, prices go up, there are a lot of sales at stores. It's just a great time to make a ton of money. Some people's businesses rely on Q4 and that's where they make all their money. So it's a great time to be an Amazon seller. So I'm going over 6 things I'm doing right now to make the most of it. And I'm going to throw one in there at the end that no one really talks about that I didn't do last year and it really hurt me. And I did it this year. I'm going over every item I bought last year between September and December, and maybe even January. I'm going to look through that, see exactly what I bought, what still might be a good option, what isn't a good option anymore, what maybe could be a good option if it's on sale. Looking at those keep it charts and see what they did so far this year, what they did the last 3 or 4 Q4s or however far I could see back, and starting to make a list. I'm going to sort them. So one of the reason I am able to make this list is because I keep a list of every single item I buy, what store it's from, the links to it, the price I paid, a note, whether this was on sale, I picked this up in store, all that stuff is labeled. And while it could be a pain in the butt, now it's going to be extremely helpful to me because I could literally just go through that list, click a link, see what the price is now on the site, see what the price is on Amazon, see what the price was when I first even bought this product a year ago, how many sellers are on that list, and then I can see all that stuff. So there's actually a free copy of that spreadsheet that I use down below. If you want to use that, go for it. You just have to set your columns in Seller Amp to match, to export everything to the spreadsheet. So going through all that stuff, going to create a separate spreadsheet with the stuff that I probably want to buy in Q4. And I'm going to sort that by store. This way, when someone's having a sale or whatever, I could just go, I see everything that I bought at Target last year. Let's see if this stuff's on sale. Let's see if it's still a good fit, so on and so forth. I'm going to look at every Lego set I've ever bought. I love selling Lego. Lego is great in Q4. I do have a video on this channel, how to get ungated in Lego. So if you're not ungated in Lego, go do that right now. There's still time in order to be able to sell them in Q4. So I'm looking at every set. There have been a lot that I've been able to sell. Lego is a great brand. It's a little harder to sell during the year because there's not as much spikes in demand. There is some seasonal stuff you could sell around the holidays. They come out with special sets. But for the most part, unless they're being retired or something like that, it's kind of hard to move Lego and it could be very tanky. But in Q4, it is a great time to sell Legos. So I'm really just going to go through all the Lego sets I ever bought. Again, I could just sort this in the master spreadsheet, go by title or do a control find and find everything Lego and just kind of go by that. If I sold it last year, go into Seller Central or Inventory Labs, see how many I sold, how profitable was it? Maybe I want to double down on that. So just gathering all this information important to note that just because it sold really well last year does not guarantee it's going to sell well this year. But again, I just want to put that out there so you don't say, hey, I went back through what I bought last year and tripled it and I lost all this money. That's not what I'm saying. You have to make an educated decision based on the data you have. I have a little tab on SellerAmp that allows me to just kind of put items in a certain group. So if I click this tag, I could go into SellerAmp, look at every item I placed on this tag. So the tag I have set up is Xmas. So these are basically items I've come across during the year. Some are Lego sets, some are toys that, Amazon ran out of during the year. And I knew they were coming back in stock, but I'm like, I'm not going to buy it now because they're coming back in stock. But that could all change during Christmas. So I want to take another look at those. I want to see where Amazon is. Are they in stock? Are they out of stock? What happened last Q4? So I have a whole list of stuff to be going. And again, doing this kind of annoying, simple stuff throughout the year is going to make this Q4 so much easier for me. So take the time when you see something that sells really quick and Amazon went out of stock or on the Keep It chart, they're probably going to come back in. Before you X out of that, go to the Keep It chart and see what that item did in September. If it really spiked in price or Amazon was out of stock, just click the little tab. This way you have it. You don't have to buy it, but you're not going to remember, if you put it in there in January, you're not going to remember in, October, November that you bought that. So I'm going through that tab. I am buying supplies. So I just made a video about that. And that will probably be after this video. Trying to get a little bit more organized here now that I have a video editor. So what am I doing? I'm buying more supplies because one, I am going to do more prep work. I will still be sending stuff to my prep center, more stuff that I hate to prep, but more so I have a warehouse where I live that's about 2 hours away. A lot of my stuff goes there. The check-ins are quick, and Q4 is all about being quick and fast, getting your inventory to the warehouse, getting it checked in. Check-in times definitely slowed down during Q4 because there's just so much volume, but getting your stuff to go to a good warehouse is part of it. So I intend to do more prepping. And so what do I need? I need labels. I need boxes to ship stuff to Amazon, shipping labels, poly bags for bundles. What else? If you're using a printer, make sure to get printer ink and 30 up labels and all that stuff. If you have equipment, like if you have a Dymo or a Rolo or a computer that's not working that great, get it fixed now or get it replaced. You do not want to be messing around with stuff like that come Q4. You want to be buying as much product as you possibly can and shipping as much product as you possibly can to Amazon. So get all that stuff lined up. And if you plan on merchant fulfilling, I plan on merchant fulfilling maybe some stuff, maybe not a ton. I don't know yet. Get packaging, boxes. I cover all that in the video. The sizes to get, all that stuff. So be on the lookout for that. This is a hard one for most people. I made this mistake last year. It's being upfront with family, friends, significant others, all that stuff that in Q4, you're working. If that's what you want to do, if you want to just do family stuff, I'm not saying you shouldn't, whatever. Q4 is a very unique time. It's a great time to make a ton of money. Some people make their year on Q4. So I am basically not doing anything but working. Or I went over what the things I am doing, and I now know how to work around that. I'm not going to surprise stuff. I'm not just taking a trip. I am sourcing product and getting product to Amazon. And now that I'm upfront with that, with everyone, there should be no questions. I know it might be hard to you'll feel guilty and this and that, but I'm not saying that. It's up to you. You could decide what you want. But being upfront with a lot of us sell on Amazon, and maybe a lot of our family members don't or friends don't, so they don't understand what Q4 is all about. So make your boundaries or decide where you're going or not going, and just get it out there and stick to it. And just know that after Q4 is over, then you can make plans and do all that good stuff, but make the most of the opportunity that you can. This last one, I learned this in a Q4 group last year. This brought all the value. I think I paid $600 or $700 to be in the group. This technique literally made that money back. That was one, keep track of a good bit of the sales or the sales you're buying on. So last year I had a little list of sales that were running, when they ran, and kind of have probably maybe didn't do the best job of it, but I have some type of notes to go back to. Not only that, but the most important part of this is to pretend the sale is now and shop like it is. So what you're trying to do here is, so for example, Target is most likely going to have a buy 2 toys, get 1 free. So now you should be going to Target.com and looking and pretending that these toys are 20% off and making a list of toys that would be a good fit to send to Amazon if they were 20% off. Obviously, the keep a chart, you're going to have to go by last year's data, but there's a pretty good chance that if it did well last year, it could do well this year. I mean, again, not guaranteed, but just want to throw that out there. So just keep that in mind. And the reason you're doing this, if you have tactical arbitrage, this is kind of iffy, but you could run a Target toy sale, 20% off, see what comes up. You run the risk though of everyone running that search, and then you're buying all the same stuff and the stuff tanks. So just keep that in mind. But it might not be a bad idea to run that search. And then let's say, I don't know, this can of seltzer appears. Let's pretend that's a game. And basically you could look at that and be like, oh, everyone, but maybe the green flavor of this didn't come up. And you could look in the green, the purple, the red, the black, just look at different variations. Can you bundle this product? Can you sell 2 or 3? Just keep coming up with ideas and use that as kind of an idea generation. And then you have a spreadsheet. So now you are 100 times ahead of other people, because when that Target sale comes around, I don't know if it will or this year or not, or Walmart or whoever, or Black Friday or whatever, I'm sure there's already lists out about what may or may not be on sale on Black Friday. You have a list of potential items you could buy. And so when that sale happens, what I would personally do, I would wake up extremely early, as soon as that sale gets on, then you just go through your list. Make sure it's still profitable, but you've already done all the work. And while other people wake up at 7, 8 in the morning and start trying to figure out what is a good fit to send to Amazon, look at the sale, kind of figure it out, you already bought everything. They're already on the way to your house or your prep center or whatever. So now you're pretty much way ahead of everyone else, because before they buy everything and kind of get it going, you already bought everything and it's literally getting prepared to be shipped to wherever it's going. So you have a big jump start on the other people that are going to be buying this stuff. Less likely that your stuff tanks because you're one of the first in. Q4 could be tricky. Sometimes you got to be the first in, or you got to wait it out to be the last to sell. Kind of hard. There's really no middle ground from my experience, depending on the product, mostly hot toys though. So that is probably the biggest tip I have. Prepare now. Pretend these sales are going on right now. Look back last year if you have the data and see, hey, what is selling? What could be a good idea? Or look at the other stuff you sold last year and think, what else could you do? So if you sold, I don't know, a couple Paw Patrol things, okay? I don't sell Paw Patrol. But if you did, see what's out new for Paw Patrol. See on the Amazon listing, what do other people buy with this Paw Patrol toy? And start going down those rabbit holes. That is a great way to kind of find hot stuff, but not the hottest stuff that everyone's going to buy, and like make good money doing that. And that is what I have for you guys. I hope you found this helpful. Q4 could be a great time for Amazon sellers. It could be a very overwhelming time, a stressful time. You're trying to send as much inventory as possible. You just want to be as prepared as possible. So basically you're just buying inventory, getting it, shipping it out as quick as humanly possible, and just really taking advantage of all those sales. So one more time, I'm looking at everything I bought last year, seeing if I think it would be a good fit for this year. I'm looking at every Lego set I've ever purchased, seeing if that's still profitable. Pro tip on this, there will be some Lego sets that will be retiring by Q4. So if you could find those, you might want to start buying those. Going through the list I created in SellerAmp of stuff that might be a good fit for Q4 based on velocity, higher prices, or just things that I thought would be good if the item was on sale. Buying lots of supplies right now. This way I have all my supplies ready and don't have to worry about running out. Buy like 2 or 3 more times than what you're using now. Guess what? If you don't use it all, you could just use it in January. Not a big deal. Be upfront with everyone. Say, listen, I'm working my ass off this Q4. Don't be offended if I'm not going to this party, that party, this dinner. Just be upfront about it. Look through any notes you have last year about maybe what you should have done better, what you did really well. I know I have some stuff, buy 3 times as much that I think, yada, yada, yada. And shop the sales before they happen and make lists so you know exactly what you were going to buy. And then when that sale happens, wake up early, get shopping early, order all that stuff, do in-store pickups, whatever you have to do to get that profitable inventory. And hopefully you will have a great Q4. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. It would mean a lot to me. And check out the free resources below for you guys. And I will see you guys in the next video.